Hello, everyone. Executive Vice Chairman James Schwartz here. Wanted to share with you an important concept or a principle called the system flow. See, when you're in a new business and you're not sure how things actually work, you need to know the system flow. One of the only ways for you to understand the system flow is for you to go through the system flow. So I'm going to take you through it today and just talk you through it. But I encourage you to actually physically go through this step by step with your trainer and work through everything you need to work through to understand and operate this system flow. So let's get right to the computer. Okay, so here you can see yourself. We've got the system flow. It works a little bit like this. You're at the top. You've got a prospect list. These are people that you know, people that you are maybe interested in inviting to the business or finding out if they want to be a client of yours. I typically tell people, look, if you were going to get married today, who would you invite to the wedding? Those are people you should probably put down on your prospect list. But once you got the prospect list, the next step is to contact them. Whether that's one of the 5 ways of contacting, either email, social media, face-to-face, text messaging, or phone calls. That's the 5 ways you can contact an individual. Let's assume for a minute that you made a phone call. You talked to that person on the phone, used our scripts. If you're not familiar with that, go back to some of these videos and take a listen to the phone call scripts. See what you can do is look at some of the role play videos that we have. But you should be calling them and contacting them. Now, at the end of that, one of 2 things is going to happen. You've invited them to the next step. We said earlier in one of the videos, your goal is just to take them from one part of the system to the next. The goal is not to get a recruit. The goal is not to get them to buy something. The goal is for you to take them to the next appointment. That's it. The goal is to get to the next appointment. The system is good enough that if we do what we're supposed to do, the system will sort them out. So in this case, we're going to contact some people. They're either going to say, yes, I'd love to come to your office and check out a meeting and find out a little bit more about what you're doing. Or they're going to say, yes, let's meet and do a one-on-one presentation. Tell me a little bit more about what you do individually, right? Go to their home, or you can do it over Zoom. Now, once you do, let's take a right side look at the system here. Let's look at the one-on-one. If they are interested after the one-on-one in becoming a business partner of ours, then we slide them over to the BPM and they come to that meeting. If they're not, what will wind up happening is that we do a financial lifestyle strategy with them, basically gathering information from them. We then make them a client, and then we ask for referrals after we've made them a client. And if you follow the arrow from referrals, it brings you right back to contacting, because they've given us a number and a name of an individual who may or may not be interested in this business. If that's the case, then we will contact them and start the system flow all over again. Now, let's assume we did a one-on-one and they said, yes, I'm interested in becoming a recruit, a business owner. I'd like to find out more. You invite them to the office or perhaps a Zoom presentation meeting or a BPM or ZPM as we call them. If that's the case, once they come, you'll follow up with them and say, hey, were you interested? You must follow up in 24 to 48 hours. We call that the golden hour, right? The golden hours. The golden hours are important. Just like if somebody has a heart attack, if they have a heart attack or a stroke and you can get them to the hospital in the first hour or 2 when that happens, the likelihood of them surviving goes dramatically up. So too does the likelihood of somebody surviving in your business. If you can follow up with them in 24 to 48 hours, the likelihood of them surviving in your business goes way up. So as you can see here, it flows down from the BPM to the follow-up interview, meeting with them again, saying, hey, what did you love? What do you need answered? What's going on here? Talk to them and ask questions, answer their questions. Then we get them started. We have an AMA, which stands for Associate Membership Agreement. They get started. Basically, fancy words for, we get them a code number. We get them started in this business. Then we build them a prospecting list, which happens in the first 7 days. They build a prospecting list and you watch the arrow from the prospecting box, goes all the way back up to the contacting box. And this system flows over and over and over again. This is a system by which you will never run out of warm market leads. I hope that you'll pay attention. I hope you'll run this system. Can you be successful going outside the system? Of course you can, but the likelihood of that happening is very slim. So I would say submit to the system. You wouldn't buy a McDonald's, spend $1 million, and then change the arches from golden to purple. You wouldn't add fish on the Big Mac. What you would do is you would follow the system so you get predictable, duplicatable results. And in our business, predictable, duplicatable results gives you predictable, duplicatable income. And that's what you're looking for. I hope you'll use it, and I look forward to meeting you in the future.